What's going on, everyone? Today we are taking a look at the Torras COOLiFY Cyber, which is a smart neck air conditioner. Taking a look at the specs, this has 360 degrees of cooling, fan, cool, and heat modes, app connectivity, and up to 15 hours of battery life. Taking a look inside the box, you have your manuals and quick start guides, your charging cable, which is a USB-C to USB-C connector, and then you also have a right angle plug on one of the ends as well. You get this very nice carrying case, nice fabric on the outside with the zipper on the side. Neck air conditioner goes right here. Then you also have a little slot here to store your charging cable. And then last but not least, you have the actual neck air conditioner itself. Taking a look at the device itself, this is definitely a very nice and sleek looking device. I had another one of these neck air conditioners in the past, and it was silver, black, white. It was just a very busy looking design that had a sort of techie, futuristic look to it. Whenever I wore that one, I always felt a little bit goofy simply because how loud the design was, and I felt like it attracted a lot of attention to itself. But with this one, it's very simple and minimalistic. As you can see, it's all black with a little bit of like a dark gray. So if you wear this with a jacket, it's just going to blend in very easily. And unless someone's very close to you, they're probably not even going to notice. Even if they do notice, like I said, it's a much more simple design. So I definitely prefer this one a lot more. Another part that further adds to the low profile design, as you can see, this is just a seamless piece here. Same over here, but these two sides actually have built-in hidden screens. So when it's off, can't even tell it's there. Hold it down, and now you can see the screen right there. Same with the other side. So when you want to mess with it and change what you're doing, you can see what you're doing. But a few seconds later, it times out and turns once again into a all black device. So definitely another feature I like there. As I said earlier, this has 3 different modes. So clicking this button right here changes the mode. So you have green for fan, blue for cool. And if you hold it down, it switches it over to heat mode. And selecting the second button, you can adjust how high you want it. So on here, it just has increments of 30, 60, and 100. But if you want to customize it a little more, you can also do that from the app, which I'll show you shortly. Right now, I have it on the highest setting. And as you can hear, this puts out a ton of air. You can't actually hear the fans moving, but you just hear all the wind coming out of it. So definitely a very powerful fan when you have it on the highest setting. And then, of course, if you don't want it that high and you don't need that much cooling, you could always set it to 30%. And as you can see, it's much, much more silent. So diving into the cooling features, this has 360 degrees of cooling, or what they call a powerful 3D airflow. And basically you have all these vents up here, and this is going to blow air upwards. And then you have more vents here at the bottom, which blow down toward your neck. So it kind of blankets you in all directions with cooling. In addition to that, you also have this very large pad here. So everything glossy back here is a cooling / heating pad. So you have this big area here, this large area here, and then this large area over here. Let me try to get this in the light so you can see it a little better. So all of that's glossy, that's all a large heating pad. So all the way around is cooling or heating. And this has the record for the most cooling space on a neck air conditioner. These are the people that invented the neck air conditioner first, and honestly, they seem to be doing it the best. Other people have made them now, but these guys seem to be on top when it comes to the best features that actually matter in a neck air conditioner and nothing gimmicky or anything like that. As you can see here, this is very adjustable. So regardless if you have a bigger neck or a smaller neck, you can adjust this to go around your neck to the shape you need it. This is not only going to give you better heating and cooling by making sure this is all touching around your neck, but it's also going to hold on a lot better as well. So if you're exercising, doing jumping jacks, running around or whatever, this is going to hold there and stay in place a lot better. I've worn this while riding my e-bike, mowing the lawn, working on things outside, and in every situation, I forgot it was there because it is pretty light. But beyond that, it's also very comfortable and it stays exactly put where you put it. For the cooling, this has 4 built-in fans, and as I said earlier, these are definitely very powerful, puts out a whole lot of air. Majority of the time, I don't think I've ever had it on 100% because that's just too much air. I'm usually somewhere around 30 to 60, and that's the perfect amount of cooling. And right now, it's between 90 and 100 degrees outside, and with this thing, it becomes a whole lot more tolerable. It seems a bit strange to be outdoors with a personal air conditioner. If someone told me this, I would probably laugh at it, but this truly does work. I've had this for about 2 weeks now, and I showed it to my wife. She started using it as well. It came to a point that she was using this so much that I had to get one for myself. So besides this one here, I actually bought one more. So as you can see, I have that one right here. This one's still sealed in the plastic wrapping. Haven't opened it yet. This one is going to become mine. I'm just going to let my wife have this one. So if you buy one of these and show it to your wife, I'm warning you now, you're most likely going to end up purchasing another one because it really, really does help and make a large difference when you're wearing it outside. When it comes to battery life, this has a 6,000 milliamp battery that gives you up to 15 hours in fan mode, 2.8 hours in cooling mode, or 4.5 hours in heat mode. As I said earlier, they do include the charging cable, so you can charge this while you're using it as well. So if you need more battery life, you could grab this cable and hook it up to a power bank. Torras actually sells a very slim power bank called the Ultimate Mini Mag, which almost doubles your battery life. But besides that, if you also have another power bank, you can also use that as well. As I said, this has a 6,000 milliamp battery. So if you get a 10,000 milliamp battery, that's going to double your life. And if you get a 20,000 milliamp battery, you're going to be outside all day and not have to worry about it dying. And the good thing about this cable is it is a right angle cable. So if it wasn't, you'll have this wire sticking down and kind of poking at your shoulder. But this allows you to plug in the charger and kind of have it sticking out like that or like that. This way you can run it around and not have it in the way. If you don't have a power bank, you could also charge this while you take a break as well, as it does charge very quickly from 0 to 80 in only 1.2 hours. Another way I've used this is sitting at my desk. I know that seems kind of strange, but the problem is in my house, I like it to be very cold, so I always turn up the air conditioner. My wife complains it's too cold in the house. She doesn't like it as cold as I do. So I can have the house a little warmer, throw this on, and then it's the best of both worlds. She gets to be a little warmer. I throw this on, I get to be cooler. And another benefit of using this at your desk is you can actually plug this in to your desktop and you'll have unlimited battery. So you can sit there for 8 hours working if you need to, and this is just going to stay charged and you can use it the entire time. Another person who's been using this a lot is my son. He tried it once, and now whenever he's about to go outside, the first thing he does is ask me to borrow the neck fan. As you can see here, he's simply standing there playing with his Nerf gun, but since it is 90-something degrees outside, having the neck fan really does help. As I said earlier, this does have a lot of adjustability, so even though he is smaller, it does fit him perfectly as well. Besides this, he also uses it when he's playing on the VR. If you own a VR headset, you would know that it does get pretty hot just having this thing on your face. If he's playing something less active, then he'll just use the one on his neck. But if he's playing something that requires a lot more movement, that's when he'll use both the neck and waist fan to help keep him cool. I tried this as well, and it does help a lot when it comes to VR comfort. So definitely another great way to use this. Alright, so taking a look at the app, this is definitely a very simple and easy to use app. Honestly, I much prefer to control it this way. I think I've used the controls here maybe once or twice when I bought it, but once I started using the app, I just stick to using it that way. It's just so much easier and more convenient, especially when you're wearing it. I don't want to be fumbling around with the buttons. I just take out my phone and control it right here. So very simple. Right here you have on and off. And one unique thing about this one that I have not seen on other devices is you can actually control every single element individually. So right here, you can control all of them. And as you can see, it shows the image right here to tell you what you're doing. So right now it's in heat mode. And then that's cool mode. And then fan mode. And then coming to the middle, you could have the side elements or the side fans only. And then last but not least, you could have only the rear element or the rear fans. And on every one of these controls, you can control it from 0 to 100. As I said earlier, you're rarely going to use it on 100. It's honestly too much air and it gets a little bit distracting. For me, I usually use it again between about 30 to 60, and that's good enough for me. It's summer right now, so I haven't used the heat mode, but trying it out, it does get very hot. So definitely looking forward to using that in the winter, especially when I got to go outside and shovel the snow or use a snowblower or anything like that. This is definitely going to be very helpful. Another cool feature right here is favorites mode. So instead of having to come in here and mess with everything, if you have a certain way you like to set it most, you can just set it on this heart, click on that, and automatically set it to where you prefer to have it. As you can hear, every time I click something, it does beep. But if you come into settings, you can turn it off if you prefer to have it silent. I don't mind the beep, so I just leave it on. Right down here, you have auto mode. So if you don't want to mess with it, you can just set it on auto and it's going to detect the temperatures and automatically adjust everything for you. Honestly, I prefer to set it how I want it, so I don't really use that. But if you're someone who doesn't want to mess with that, definitely another good feature to have. And then last but not least, you also have a timer, so you can set it to run only for a certain amount of time as well. So like I said, definitely a very simple app, but overall very easy to use and definitely the best way to control this. For the price, this is definitely a device I highly recommend getting. It doesn't matter if you're inside, outside, riding your bike, at the beach, or whatever it might be. This is something that you could always use, and best of all, it's something you can use all year round since it does have both heat and cooling. Besides the neck fan, I also have this one here, which is the Coolify Zone Pro Portable Waist Fan. I can't find the other box, but as you can see, this one is sealed because just like the Cyber, I ended up purchasing two of these, one for me, one for my wife. This is definitely very, very effective. I've tried fans like this from Amazon that are 20, 30 bucks, and those by far do not compare. This can go anywhere from a little bit of air to just full on blasting out a bunch of wind. So inside of this, there's two high-speed motors, and there's 3 different speeds. So you have low mode, definitely a good amount of wind there. Medium mode, that's where it's picking up more than good enough. And then high mode, I've yet to use this one because again, it's just so much air. I guess if it's really humid and hot, I might, but so far I've only used it on low and medium. As I said earlier, this is a portable waist fan. Very lightweight, I might say. When you're wearing it, you barely feel it's there because this is, I'm not sure of the exact weight, but it's definitely under a pound. So you have this buckle here, and this goes around your waist, and you wear it like that on your stomach, similar to a fanny pack, and it just blasts wind up like this. There is 2 straps included, one smaller, one larger, so regardless of your body type, this will fit you. And this is fully sweat resistant, so if you're at the gym or outside getting sweaty, that's not going to be an issue. This is great on its own as it does blow out a ton of air and it's going to do a great job cooling you down. But in my personal opinion, it's best when you pair them both together. Then you just get a full-on up and down blanket of wind blowing out. Once again, you're not going to need it on high mode. I would set them both down low and that's going to give you more than enough cooling. But if you don't want to spend too much on the Cyber, this is definitely going to do a great job all on its own. This only has a fan, so it has a much longer battery life of up to 15 hours. Just like the Cyber, you also have a charging port. So once again, you can hook it up to a power bank and most likely get 30, 40, maybe 50 hours out of this unit here. Overall, this is definitely a great neck air conditioner. I tested a few of these at this point, but this is definitely the best one I tested so far. So overall, if you happen to be shopping for a neck air conditioner, I would highly, highly recommend this one here, which again is the Torras COOLiFY Cyber. Alright, well that about wraps up this video. As usual, if you have any questions at all, feel free to drop me a comment and let me know. Otherwise, thanks for watching and I'll see you all next time.